Okay, we're recording. This is word labels.
Okay, today I'm going to show you how to automate your Christmas list mailings. This is such a useful tool. You use Microsoft Excel and Word. The Excel is your data sheet for your addresses. You can keep these year after year, adding new friends and relatives as needed. So first we're going to start with creating the Excel data sheet where our list of names and addresses are going to be. So we type, I use all caps for the header. This is called the header row. Put in name and then address and city and state and zip code. Now, they're not quite wide enough to view them, so you can push down the left mouse button and you get that little arrow and you can move it out, and it'll make it wider so that you can view what you're going to be typing in there. So now we're going to start with a name. Now here's the secret. As you know, in an Excel spreadsheet, when you hit return, you go down. But we want to go across because each one of these lines is a record. So we're going to highlight down. Across, I'm sorry. We highlight across. That way we don't have to keep using the arrow keys to go across. So now we can type in our name. We hit the return key and it goes to the address column. Now, it will return to the first one, so we want to unhighlight that, and we could highlight the next one, and we could keep going. I already have these typed, so rather than waste time typing all those in again, I'm just going to go retrieve them. Okay, so now we have our data sheet with our addresses. Now you want to save this, and make sure that you save it where that you can find it each year, and you can add names, and it makes it really fast to do the labels for the Christmas card envelopes. So now all we have to do is we've saved it and we close it. You want to close it. Now we're going to close Excel and we're going to go over to Word. And here we're going to make our merge document. And the way that you do that, you go up to Tools, you slide down to Letter and Mailing, and over to Mail Merge, and you click on Mail Merge. Now you're going to get the menu on the side, and we are going to click that we want to make labels. And now you're going to slide down, and it says next, starting the document. So we're going to click OK. And then we're going to come back up to label options. And this is very important. Now you choose your label options, and I use the Avery ones. And you select the number of Avery right here. It gives you a list of the types that Word is compatible with, and I like Avery. That's what I buy. And in case you're not familiar with them, this is what the box looks like. You can get them at Office Max or anywhere that sells stationery products. I like the 1x4 size, and the number is very important. You find it right there in the right hand corner. So it's 5161. So we will choose 5161. We're going to scroll down till we find that one. And there it is, 5161. Now it knows exactly what size of labels we're going to use. So we say, okay. Now it shows us the labels. So now we're going to come down to the bottom, and we're going to say the next step is select the recipients. Now that's your mailing data sheet that you made in Excel. So we're going to come back up to Browse. You click on Browse, it allows you to go find your data. So we saved ours in My Documents, and we named it Addresses. So we're going to click on it, and we're going to say Open it.
And get open.
Yes, it did. Now it gives you this to select the table. I have all of the names and addresses in sheet 1, so I just click OK. And now it wants you, it gives you an example of what's in that sheet, and that's my names. You could widen those a little if you're not sure, if you have several lists. But this is the one, so I'm going to say OK. Now, I want to arrange my labels now. So I come down to the third step, and I click on Arrange Labels. Now, it gives you a whole choice up above. Arrange your labels. I want the address block, because that's what I'm doing. Now, it lets you match your fields. That's according to the header row that you put in there. So you say Match Fields at the bottom. And here's where it lets you. It says last name, first name, and it gives you all how it's going to arrange them for you. So we have, I don't want it to be scooting over and placing it, so I always use the company name spot right across from here. You can see it's not matched. I put the name in there because I didn't separate the first and the last name in my data source. So this one, I don't want it to print there under last name. So I'm just going to click on that and slide down and say don't match that. So now we have company name. It'll put that full, because I put the first, my two people, and the last name in the same column. So we're just going to use that in the company name. The address is correct. For the address spot, it's address, and for city, it's correct, and for state, it's correct, and the postal zip code is correct. So it will know where to put those. Now everything else, there was nothing else in that data sheet, so it said that nothing was matched. Those are the only ones we want matched. So then we say, OK. Click OK. Now, we've got it like we wanted. We've matched the fields. So in this one, we just say click OK. Now, we want to update. So what we're going to do is, first of all, though, I do like the postal barcode on there, because what that does is it makes it faster in the post office. It puts a barcode according to your state and your zip code. So now we click on that, and it shows me my names that I had put in there, that the zip code is the zip code field, and the street address is address. So those are correct. So I say OK. Now I have one, as you can see, one label that has an address block and the postal code. So now I want all of them to be like that. So I come over and I say Update All Labels. And there they are. Now I want to view and see what it's going to print. So I come down. It's step 4 of 6, and you say Preview Your Labels. And voila, there they are. That's the 4 names that I had in my list and their labels. Now all you do is you stick the sheets, your label sheets, into your printer, I use usually just that front-loading little tray that drops down, and my printer takes the labels face up. Your printer will indicate to you whether it's going to print face up or face down. Most of them are face up. For the labels, you put them in there and you print. And if you had enough people in your list that it would print 3 or 4 sheets of labels, then place that many in there, because it will continue until it runs out of names. And all you would do then is you say print.
Click.
You click on print. And if you want all of them to print, you say all, which would be the purpose of this. So just say all and say OK. Click OK. It will give you the printer that you're going to, and you say OK.
Click.
How else would you say that? Now you can save this document in Word. It will save all the work that we did. It's attached to that particular data source, our address list. That's okay. And next year you can pull up the document and just print your labels again. If you have any changes to your data source, then you would pull up Excel, open your Excel sheet, make your adjustments, address changes, new people, and then you could save it and close it, open your Word, and it'll still be attached to that Excel data source, and you just print your labels. And so each year it makes it very convenient and fast to address all of your Christmas card envelopes. Thank you.